Ow, that was the wrong. What the? I'm not even near it. Come on, game.
What kind of person would even touch this? Not to mention dissect it.
March 2nd, I have finally received a living specimen. Sadly, it's only the smallest one. The grunts call it Mr. Handsome, but I think it needs a proper name. March 3rd, I was thinking about the name for the specimen all night. I began a series of experiments on the creature. So far, it has proven exceptionally resistant to all poisonous substances at my disposal, as well as acid and electrocution. Its shrieking, though, is bound to haunt me. March 5th, last night I had a vision. Thousands of hands wrapped around me as a blanket, and I heard the name inside my head. Stygian Harvester. Well. Experiment log part 2, March 10th. With those pesky limitations removed, I can finally continue my experiment unhindered. I need to know more. The specimen remains alive even with half its internal organ removed. It's fascinating. I'm on the verge of a breakthrough in biology as we know it. March 15th. I develop a way to reanimate their tissue, even in one that's been dead for weeks. This is monumental. The possibilities of it, the implications. Does this hint at something hidden? Some trait present inside other creatures? And perhaps even ourselves? I will need to find volunteers.
I'm glad this thing is dead. Why do they even keep it here?
I'm guessing pressing that would turn that on and electrocute it, which will bring it back to life. Let's not do that.
Your lab is certified creature-free.
Excellent, Mr. Reed. You've done us a great favor. Now we can get things up and running again.
Your lab was, interesting. Running experiments on those creatures. What's up with that?
Oh, they're fascinating, aren't they? Convincing evidence of new branches in the evolutionary tree. Can you blame us for taking an interest?
Maybe not. But so much dead flesh down there, that's going to attract scavengers. Didn't you think about that?
Yeah, well, no. Well, be more careful in the future. Your point's taken.
Okay. I've done my part. Here's the bottle. Now you run those tests.
Yes. Wait here. It shouldn't take long. We finished that analysis, sir. It's ricin.
Ricin?
A highly toxic poison extracted from castor beans. It's slow-acting, but absolutely fatal to humans.
How can you tell if someone's been poisoned with ricin?
The symptoms take several days to develop. At first, it's like a common cold, but over several days, well, it develops into hemorrhage, internal organ failure, and death. It's not a pleasant way to die.
So, where do you get ricin? This isn't something you can pick up from a drugstore.
About that. It is rare, but we have a certain amount of it here. For study, in our poison store. Or we did. I'm afraid that must be where it came from. The label had been tampered with, but it certainly looks like ours. Where did you find it?
Crime scene. Someone was trying to poison a bunch of fish with it.
This is horrible. I need to warn everyone in the university about this.
Who's got access to where the poison's stored?
Only Professor Westerbrook has the key. His office is upstairs, right alongside Professor Cavendish's. Professor Westerbrook's not here, though. He's been sick for the last few days. Professor Cavendish is away as well, on vacation.
Where do they live?
I'm not sure, but probably somewhere in Advent. Most of the teaching staff live there. Wait, you don't think it was one of them?
I'm working on that. Can you let me upstairs?
Well... all right. This is serious. I'll help you. Here's the key, but please don't disturb the professor's things.
Can you fill me in on ricin again?
Of course. What do you need to know?
There's some kind of cure for ricin?
I'm afraid not. Once it's in your system, it's a death sentence.
How can you tell if some...
But
I'll see you later. I'd like to know a bit more about your professors.
what do you want to know?
What can you tell me about Professor Cavendish?
He's one of the most brilliant teachers we have here. A PhD at only 25. Just imagine. His biochemistry studies are second to none, worthy of a Nobel Prize. If he could complete his work.
What's his problem?
I don't know. There's some kind of family trouble. It's made him standoffish and irritable, and easily distracted. I hope he gets through whatever he's going through. We need his talent, especially in these dark times.
I want to know more about Westerbrook.
He's the head of our department. He's been here for, well, at least 30 years. He's one of the longest-serving staff we have. As you've already seen, he's particularly interested in the wild beast that recently appeared in our city.
Yeah, that's quite the unique fauna you have there.
I've no idea how he did it, but Mr. Throgmorton's men brought him live specimens for his research. He thinks he's on the verge of a breakthrough in evolutionary theory. A secret that, once revealed, will benefit all humankind.
Some secret should stay buried, 6 feet under.
You're not a man of science, are you? It's not about why. It's about what if.
I'll see you later.
Now I'm confused. Oh, it's right here. Oh my god. To staff and student of University of Oakmont, henceforth any mention of any of the everyone's obvious duty organization, also known as EOD, is symbolic. Current and or past member, as well as espousing their beliefs, is forbidden on university ground on pain of dismissal and or expulsion. The administration has received numerous reports of EOD activity and outreach disguised as a so-called charity work throughout the university and all over Oakmont. This dangerous activity has reached epidemic proportion and cannot be tolerated. Administration of the Board of Trustees. Interesting. But why? What are they doing that is so dangerous? Note from Westerbrook. This is absurd. I've been 5 months and they still haven't finished repairing my office. I'm done sitting in the corridor like some kind of waiter. I won't step foot into this building again until the work is finished, or you give me Cavendish's office. You tell that to the board. I'm through with this farce, Westerbrook.
These bottles look exactly the same as the one with the poison. These bottles look exactly the same as the one with the poison.
Draft of an article. Brothers and sisters, too familiar. My fellow Americans, they are Americans too. Citizen of Oakmont, how much longer will we be put up with those fish-faced basts crossed out, those sea freaks? How much longer will we put up with those cave-forsaken degenerates who call themselves the EOD? It's not fond of them, huh?
This should be good enough to make a decent copy.
The Poison Thief. George Cavendish, a professor at Oakmont University, is the Poison Thief. He made himself a copy of the key to the poison locker. According to his student, he lives somewhere in Advent. Okay. None of those. Finding the location. Probably City Hall, I'm guessing.
I'd like to know.
What do you...
I want.
He's the head of... You...
What?
He's one of the...
I'll see. What kind of person would even touch this? Not to mention, I wonder what would... So very tempting.
Damn it. Still not everything.
Some serious equipment they've got here. Oakmont University is clearly well funded.
Yay, okay. There really should be a teleportation point somewhere around here. But no, it's all the way back over there. Okay. I think we need to go to City Hall. Or the University Library. One of the two. Let's check City Hall first to see if we can find this guy. Okay. Subject. Citizens. Occupation. No. Records. And Advent. George Walter Cavendish. Okay. Place of birth, Oakmont, Mass. Oakmont, Mass. Advent Central. St. Michael's Road between Carpenter Street and Constitution Street. Central Advent. Carpenter Street and Constitution Street? Was it? Between Carpenter and Constitution on St. Michael. Carpenter, Constitution on St. Michael. Okay, it's right here. Constitution, Carpenter, St. Michael. Yeah, so it's like right here.
Extra, extra. All the news that's fit to print. Come, find something you like. Cheaper than the rest. Extra, extra. All the news that's fit to print. Buy a paper, mister?
There it is.
The door won't budge.
If you want it, take it. It's free.
Door won't budge.
They don't need it to budge.
And judging by the layer of dust on it, this ring hasn't been worn in a long time. So why keep it around?
The professor's factless. Westerbrook usually has his lunch about 2:30. Get some soap. Anna always stay in the fish market. She shouldn't learn about me. New hauls of fish arrive every 2 days. An ounce per box will be enough. The guard spends most of his time on the second floor during the night. I think about a way to divert suspicion from Westerbrook. I don't want him to come into any harm. Don't forget to return the flask to the storage. Think about plan B.
This Cavendish guy did an impressive investigation, and the EOD's in the center of all of it.
Newspaper issue March. Going, gone. By body count rises as vanishings continue across Oakmont. Locals are in a panic, with most of the reported disappearances occurring in the Shells, Salvation Harbor, and Grimhaven Bay. Captain Caleb Lyons of the Oakmont Police has put out a call for information. Our evidence suggests a link between these disappearances and the charity organization EOD that has recently risen to prominence among the city's poor, said Lyons. Most of the victims seems to have either joined this group or been a recipient of their alms. We encourage anyone with information to come forward. The Chronicles reminds readers to avoid any suspicious newcomers, especially in-mouthers, and to remain at home during evening hours. Stay alert. Newspaper issue February. Disturbances in the Shells as fighting breaks out between locals and in-mouthers. The cause of the conflict appears to be the disappearances of several women, with locals issuing a group of in-mouthers to the crime. The Oaks police continue to investigate the vanishings, but yet the case remains unsolved. One source of the Shells reports that the traces of fish scales and seaweed were found in multiple victims' homes, which seems to have precipitated the fight. Ooh. Those fish. I don't know what they're doing to those fish, but it could be that they're turning them into the in-mouthers.
This Cavendish guy did an impressive investigation, and the EOD's in the center of all of it.
Curious.
Door won't budge. A lot of fancy dresses locked away in a dark corner for a long time. I'm starting to smell some deep family trauma here.
I loved you. I always loved you.
You will never understand our cause. My child is blessed by the sea. I'm leaving you, George. George, I can't live like this anymore. There's something I have to tell you.
I don't care what your damn EOD cult demands, Anna! I thought the child was mine. Mine!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
George?
I don't care what
You will never understand our cause. My child is blessed by the sea. I'm leaving you, George.
George Cavendish. He had a wife named Anna. She had a baby that was not his, but blessed by the sea and claimed by the EOD. This caused their split.
Again?
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Calm down. My name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator.
Right now, you look like someone who's breaking into my house. A burglar. Explain yourself.
No, Cavendish. Time for you to do some explaining. Care to tell me why you poisoned the fish at the EOD warehouse? And you better not lie to me. Oh, sorry. Is this making you angry? Yeah, two can play at that game, and believe me, I've got plenty of anger for the both of us.
How dare you?
I'm only going to ask politely once. Then my gun will do the talking.
Fine. Fine. Yes, it was me. But I had a good reason to do it. It all comes back to Anna.
Oh, this should be fun. What's your good reason for poisoning innocent people? You know the EOD are feeding the hungry, don't you?
No, that's exactly the problem. They're not doing it out of charity. They do it to spread their influence and recruit new members. Some of those initiates, as they call them, vanish without a trace. And not just them. They kidnap ordinary folks, too.
And poisoning the fish would prevent this how?
Oh, you see, not everyone in this city believes in the EOD yet. They have opposition among the citizens, both rich and poor. A rumor of the EOD's fish being poisonous and several incidents would be enough to undermine the EOD by sparking fear and mistrust.
What's Anna got to do with all this?
As you might have already gleaned, she was my wife.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it all starts to come together now.
The EOD robbed me of her. It all started with the free fish. We were all short on food at the time, and then they hooked her with their nonsense about the benevolent sea and greater good. I looked past it for some time, but then...
She became pregnant.
Yes. At first, I was over the moon. But then one day she came to me, that snake, and told me that the child was not mine. She said it was blessed by the sea, that it was demanded by the EOD. Doomed take them! I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't.
There must be another way to deal with the EOD. Like, if their crimes are that obvious, why don't you just go to the police?
They're resourceful, those sons of hagfish. They maintain a squeaky clean image, and they're good at it. I tried going to the police. They were no help at all. And I'm not suicidal enough to make it public and take them to court.
What did she mean, blessed by the sea?
What do you think is the cause of Innsmouth syndrome in people?
Living in Innsmouth?
That K-forsaken place has nothing to do with it. It comes from breeding with monsters. These sea creatures they call Deep Ones. They take our women and they spoil them with their seed. Then they give birth to degenerate fish-faced offspring.
Where did you learn all of this? This information about the EOD?
After Anna left, I had nothing. But I did have a lot of time to research Innsmouthers, the EOD, and the story behind them. It is an old and powerful organization. They appeared back in the mid-19th century in Innsmouth, and the first people with the Innsmouth syndrome started showing up around that same time.
Perhaps not coincidentally.
No, of course not. And the EOD is immensely rich. The sudden rise to power of the Blackwood family happened right after they joined them.
So what's your next move?
I was interrupted and couldn't finish my task. The EOD received a fresh haul of fish, but now they're on alert and raised their guard. I understand I'm in no position to ask. But after reviewing all the facts I've presented to you, Mr. Reed, would you agree to help me?
Absolutely not.
You're a madman, Cavendish. You're willing to let innocent people suffer and die just to get revenge on your ex-wife. Now, this madness has to stop. And I'm gonna put an end to it right now.
Oh, no, no. You don't understand.
Crazy bastard. Gonna kill a bunch of people for what? His wife sleeping with another person? Okay. Well, too late on that. He's dead. I can't pick the middle. He is a dangerous psychopath for sure, but she's not telling the truth either. I'm gonna kill them both. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kill them both. Oh good, there is a teleportation point over here. Oh, we don't need to go to the library yet. Okay. Let's go back to the fish market and shoot her in the face with a gun. I wonder if you can actually do that to where you don't side with either one of them.
Fish? Fresh fish?
I found the poisoner and dealt with him. He won't be bothering you anymore.
See, bless you, Charlie. That's great news. Who was it?
Well, see, now that's the interesting part.
Exactly.
It was your ex-husband, George Cavendish.
Oh. Well, that son of a rotten shark finally got what was coming to him. Good riddance. Still, it's strange. I never thought he'd have the guts to do something like this. He was always a pushover.
You're taking this remarkably well for a woman who just found out her ex-husband was a poisoner.
He's nobody to me. The EOD is my family now. We serve a higher purpose than he could ever grasp. My life finally has meaning. You've done us both a huge favor by relieving him of the burden of his miserable existence. Well done, Charlie.
All right. No more messing around. Get me in touch with your Grand Poobah or whoever's in charge, now.
Easy there, Charlie. I'm a woman of my word. Go to the basement of the fish market. It's nearby. You'll find an innsmouther there by the name of Maurice. Tell him I've sent you. You'll get your answers.
About time.
Glad to see you again.
I can actually kill her. Oh my god. Nope. Can't do it.
I'm not in the mood, newcomer. If you want to talk...
And it is only fair to be afraid. Titanic forces are at work, infinitely greater than ourselves. Unknowable, incomprehensible. There will be sacrifice. There will be loss. There will be darkness. But these are the hallmarks of a pivotal moment in time. And each of us has a part to play.
Well, yeah. I wish you can kill them both too, but the marker was red. I don't think I can shoot her. And there's no save in this game, so I don't want to actually shoot her yet. Until I actually find out what's the real deal with the cult.
I guess this city wouldn't be complete without a doomsday prophet.
Let me assure you, I am anything but. I am called Embroiled Blackwood, and this is the place I have chosen to share my message. Please, come to one of my full sermons.
Charles Reed. Good to meet you. Blackwood. You're a member of the Grand family.
I am indeed the last of that line, inheritor of an empty mansion and a severed history.
I'll see you around.
See you around, newcomer.
That's it. I didn't even get a quest. Are you Maurice?
Us used
What
to
are you
be.
selling, mister? I don't see any goods.
I offer what everyone in this Borg needs most. Safety and comfort. You a newcomer? Where are you staying?
The Devil's Reef Hotel.
Oh, old Victor always thinks so small. A man of your talents could earn his board 100 ways. Maybe you want some more spending money?
Side quest? XP?
Got a job for a
Sure.
private eye, mister? I'm always up for a good side gig.
Huh, that's what I like to hear. I'm Walter. I need someone capable to take care of an issue on my property. Local fauna, if you know what I mean.
Real estate's a risky business. How'd you get into it?
All my life I was a common fisk trader. But I wanted more. I dreamed of being a landlord, a man who never works. So I scrimped and saved, and bought several houses. Gonna rent them to the refugees and newcomers. And I have even greater plans.
Let me guess. You need a gun for hire. Or is there another task?
I need you to place these incense burners on the top floor of my properties to drive off the wild beasts. Take a photo for me as proof.
Smoke that repels wild beasts. Does that even work?
Of course it will. No doubt. I bought it from a friend I trust.
Well, okay. Just give me the address. See you later.
Oof. Oh, there it is. Open house. There's 4. All right. Okay, there's 3. Top floor of the house located in Western Shells on Hawking Lane between Inner Shine Street and Warren Road. Hawking Lane, Western Shells. So between these two. Oh, so it's right here. Boop. House between Shells. Hawking. Okay. Yep. Just making sure. And Warren Road. All right. Cool. Don't know why they don't just mark it for you, but you know what? Whatever. Top floor of the house located in Southern Coverside, Lincoln Street, between Derry and Lane Avenue. Coverside, Lane, and Derry Avenue. Found Derry, found Lane. Was it on Lincoln? So it's like right here. Lincoln Street between, yep. Last one. House located in Western Salvation Harbor on Seven Oaks between Eel and Castle. Western Salvation Harbor. Between Eel. Found Eel. Eel and what? Castle. On Seven Oaks. Eel, Castle on Seven Oaks. Oh, so it's literally right here. Okay. Between Eel and Castle. All right. I needed to go down here anyway, so yay. Cool. Might as well go do that now. No, wait. Let's do the main quest first. Maurice. Wow, aren't you fancy? Oh. Well then. All right. I am going to shoot her in the face when I come back. For sure now. She tried to kill me. That was extremely rude. Wow. All right, Anna.
Hey, Mr. Reed.
Do I know you, buddy?
Not yet, but I know you. I also know you're looking for a particular lady. My name's Fred. You're looking for Professor Lowe, ain't that right? The scientist the Order kidnapped. I think we can help each other.
How do you mean? You know where she is?
Slow down, buddy. Helping each other is not the same as let me just tell you everything.
What is this order you mentioned?
Yeah. You don't know, do you? EOD. It really stands for the Esoteric Order of Dagon.
Dagon?
An old being from the depths of the sea. In books, they show him as a monstrous amphibian. The Innsmouthers worship him as a god. And of course, they make sacrifices to him. In blood.
Well, it's not like I have options. I gotta find the scientist. Now, what's the price?
Believe me, I'll be glad to help you find her. But I need a little help first.
Yeah, I figured.
You've seen some of the city now, am I right? You've an inkling what's coming? I want out of the Order and the city before it hits. Trouble is, it's much easier to get into the Order than to leave. Give the slightest hint of it, you've signed your death warrant. I need somebody to get me out of the city on the quiet. And that's not an easy thing these days, my friend.
I've no idea how to help you with that.
Ain't you a detective? There are people in the city, smugglers, who know what to do. Find them. That's how you can help. See, I've heard whispers about ads in the newspaper. A new ad every week, talking about Salvation Harbor. Maybe start there.
Alright, fine. I'll look into it. But your lead on the professor had better be worth it.
I know where they've got her. I can get you there. You just find me a way out fast, or I might be too dead to be any use to you.
Oh, she is gone. Wow. Can't shoot her in the face anymore. Okay, before I proceed with my investigation, I need to report my findings about EOD and Harriet to Robert Throckmorton. Okay. Good. Let's do a few open houses, though. I still like my choice. I killed a murdering psychopath, and now I'm about to go kill this woman. It's just perfect. See? This is why you kill everyone. Let no one live. So he wants me to put this on top of the roof, right? Combat in this game is so bad. I wish there was no combat in this game. It would have made it much better. Don't tell the police your husband crossed paths with a powerful man and has been taught a lesson. If you want to see him again, bring all your bullets he stashed away. Don't try to fool us. He's already told you how much he's hiding. Oh, okay. And for his... in your safety, don't think about going to the police. Always go to the police. Always. Don't look. Run away from this place and don't look back no matter what. Do not gaze your eyes upon that awful man in the painting. A few months ago, I was visited by a lady friend for a cup of tea and free lodgings if my charm served me well. I saw him for the first time then, hanging on the bedroom wall, staring. He has been following me since, and now he's made his way here to my own room. Heed my warning and leave. Leave before your eyes meet his. Okay. just fantastic. Oh, I need all of this? Sure, I'll take all of it. Why not? Getting that double XP early was such a good call. I'm getting way more. Way more experience than basically everyone I've watched play this game. And it's great. Nope. Is it even worth it to kill these things? I really don't think it's worth it to kill those things. They do give 92 experience, though. That is quite a lot. I only need to kill like 10 of them to level up.
Find something you like.
Oh wait, the hospital's right here. Might as well turn in.
I visited that old shop you mentioned and found a few things you may be interested in. Even took a sample for studying.
What did you discover? I was sure a huge creature could not have wandered inside unnoticed.
The cult of the Fecund Mother was dumping corpses of their victims in the shop's basement.
Professor Westerbrook's research does suggest the Acheronians are attracted to dead bodies.
No, this one formed from the corpses themselves. There was a putrid slime on everything. Maybe that's the cause of this unnatural rebirth.
You said you took a sample of it. Well, I can conduct some experiments on rats. If your theory holds true, what a marvelous discovery.
I paid a visit to that awful restaurant. I'd call it a den of evil, but that would be an understatement.
Good grief. What happened?
The cook was mad, a cannibal, and fed those jumping monstrosities on human flesh. He called them patrons.
That restaurant was a destination for Oakmont's elite, many of whom disappeared shortly after the flood. I think we now know why.
Are you suggesting that it was cannibalism that caused such a horrific transformation?
These days, alas, cannibalism is not so rare. Could it be that all the Cossitians, as Westerbrook calls them, were once men?
We've discovered a lot of disturbing information about the wild beasts. What are you gonna do with it?
Well, I've already contacted the university. We'll cooperate to further study these phenomena.
The facts must be reported to the authorities. They need to know what they're dealing with.
You're perfectly right. When we have documented our results and conducted a standard peer review process, the proper measures will be taken.
Documented results, peer review. How many innocents will die in the meantime?
Our recommendations must be clear and based on valid reasoning, or it's worthless. Good science takes time, my friend.
Bye.
Yay! Ooh! Now that is something I can wear.
Be safe. We don't have any free beds left.
In southern Coverside, Lincoln Street between Derry Lane and Landing Avenue. That was easy. I don't even remember what I did here. Who knows?